Rob, 90 minutes, you're stand-in manager for the day, I believe, for the reserves. I think somebody said he was on holiday. What was your impressions of the game?
It's an interesting one because we didn't really turn up the first half, so it was a tough one the first half. We didn't start as we never really got started. It's a scrappy game, and I think you just have to play the game that's in front of you. And I think especially for the younger lads, it's definitely a test in terms of understanding what game is in front of them and not just coming and playing exactly the same way every single week and expecting the result. So you play to the pitch, you play to the team that's in front of you, and they've got some good players. And they ask more questions of us in the first half, so it's much more difficult. And I think if you ask more questions, then it's always going to be a bit of a struggle. Second, at half time, we had a good chat. We wanted to be more aggressive and try and go man to man. So we got through the first 5-10 minutes and was good, and then I made some changes to go completely man to man. So we went for it. I mean, when you're 2-0 down, there's really got nothing to lose. And we spent the most of the time in their half, which is really positive. And I think it's really positive that they buy into, especially a back three, when you say, right, you go man to man, volley a man all over the place, and they've got two wide men, and Taylor, who plays left back, is like, you literally want me to follow him anyway. What about covering Murray? I'm like, no. We'll be aggressive. That's what we've got to do. Yeah. And then after the question, he just goes and buys into it, just like they all do. So really positive. The subs came on, made a nice difference, nice and bright. You've got to mention Zach Gallimore because I think he struggled in terms of games. He's outrageous in training. He's horrible in training. He's a little monster. And then when it comes to a game, he just seems to go inside himself. But I saw much more of himself today, which is really, really positive when he came on. And we asked more questions, and because we asked more questions, we have more chances, and it's just that final third and that cutting edge. So there's a few nice crosses we didn't quite get on the end of. We got ourselves a goal, and I think that was really positive, and then they just sort of sneaked one towards the end, which is the gamble you pay, but I'd rather gamble at it and have a proper go. I guess as a manager I'm a little bit like that because I was a winger as a player, so I'm always going to be on the front foot and try and be as aggressive as we possibly can. So yeah, it's a frustrating one, but they're a good side, so it is what it is.
Absolutely. I mean, in the first half they scored, I believe, from their left side. It was a great goal, and I don't think there was much that the keeper could have done about it. The second came from a penalty that the referee said was a handball. Did you have a view of that?
Yeah, it hit his hand, but I don't know really where he's supposed to put his hand. But it's tough for the referees because there's only one of them, and he's got to try and make as good decisions as he possibly can. And without the referees, we can't play the game. Fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah, true. And towards the end, as you say, Railway came back into it. There was a lot of positives to take from probably the last about 10 minutes of the first half. You even hit the post.
Yeah, I think when we're trying to be more aggressive, and we that was the message right from the start, but it just took us such a long time to get going. And then, hitting the post, I think that was hitting the bar on a really nice cross. Yeah. And you just think, if that goes in, it's a different day. But that's football, isn't it? I think, on reflection on the whole game, they deserve to win the game. So we're not any hard done by in terms of that. And they've got some good players, and they play to their strengths by giving the players the ball in good areas. And like I say, when a pitch is like this, and this is no disrespect to the groundsman here because the pitches are all like this. I mean, we played for the first the other night, last Saturday, and we scored 4 goals, and no one else scored any more than 2. And I think that just illustrates the point that all the pitches at this time of year have had a proper hammering, and the difference between winning and losing is a mistake or a little bit of quality that someone can capitalise on. So it's almost this back end of the season is like percentage football. And I think for the younger lads that play on maybe 4G and are good technical footballers, it almost becomes a bit of a leveler, and you have to just understand the game that's in front of you and try and win the game that's in front of you. So it's a really good test for the younger lads that we've got here, and a lot of them particularly have got really positive futures. So that's really positive for us as well.
I mean, right at the end, you scored on the 90-minute mark. It was clear that the lads wanted to get back up the pitch to get that equaliser, and as you say, it was a little bit of a sucker punch, but a quality finish again from Ilkley down there, right?
It was, and he's a very good player. I would say that he's probably their best player, the right back. So he had a really positive game, and then he finished what was well deserved as he went to right wing, and he was well deserved. But again, those are the chances we take. So he able to break free because Taylor's on his last legs and he's been working hard and he's been man-to-man and aggressive and trying to step round and trying to mark ball side instead of goal side. So all these things are going to take it out of the legs. As well as taking it out of the legs, you've got to be so switched on as to not make a mistake. But credit to the lads that have confidence in them to be able to go, right, let's go man-to-man. Go on, Murray, you're one at the back on one of your own, and he's able to go, okay, I'll have that, and then listen to exactly what you say, because when they do step round and it comes off, it's really positive. And I think as a manager or a coach, that's the thing that's, for me, that's the thing that's closest to playing, when you have an influence in the game. So when you ask them to do something and they do it, it's ridiculously positive, and you because that's how you influence the game. So if they don't do as you say, you can't influence it at all. So you're standing there, basically not say anything. But so that's the closest thing to the feeling you get of playing, and I think that's really positive when you hear that. So although we've lost the game, there are loads of positives to take from it, and especially so many young lads getting minutes in the legs and just understanding what this level of football is all about, really.
Well, that's a fantastic way to finish the interview. Commiserations on the result, but congratulations on the second half performance, because it was so positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Cheers, Mark.